Shalom, Kol Haloyim, Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem, Rachak Udash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, peace and blessings to the elect. Yeah, I just wanted to highlight these two videos that I found on TikTok that just showcase the hypocrisy and true characteristics of Esau Edom, who is the devil and the wicked that the Bible speaks of. When we say that, we mean that when the Bible uses phrases like the devil and the wicked, it's referring to Esau Edom, who are calling themselves Caucasian, European, white today. But their true nationality are the Edomites. And so I'm not going to talk too much. I'm not going to give a long introduction, but let's watch these two videos really quickly. They're kind of lengthy, but I do want to get through them just to show you to never trust your enemy, who are the Edomites.
An email that said from the administration, if you tender your resignation by next Friday, we will guarantee you payment through the end of September, whether or not you show up for work. So tender your resignation, and then, boy, it's just going to be a gravy train. You're just going to get paid for 7 months without working. The president has no authority to make that offer. There's no budget line item to pay people who are not showing up for work. This is a guy who made this promise to contractors again and again and again when he was a private business guy. Oh, come work for me on my casino. Come work for me in a hotel. We're going to do a handshake. We're going to do a contract. The contractor does the work and then finds out they get stiffed. So my message to federal employees who receive this is, yeah, the president has tried to terrorize you for about a week and then gives you a little sweetheart offer. If you resign in the next week, we're just going to pay you for doing nothing for the next 7 months. Don't be fooled. He's tricked hundreds of people with that offer. If you accept that offer and resign, he'll stiff you just like he stiffed the contractors. He doesn't have any authority to do this. Do not be fooled by this guy.
And that's the point. So now you got Esau calling out Esau, noticing the hypocrisy of those that are either around him in his circle or, I guess, Trump above him because he's a senator, I guess. But, he could be a J, he could be another nation, who knows? At the end of the day, the hypocrisy of Esau, his true tendency and characteristics of just being wicked and lying is being called out even by those in high positions of the same exact nation. Now that's Trump, right? But when you read some of these comments, check it out. This lady, Cecilia, said Musk didn't pay his employees when he did that at X. And so I kept scrolling just to see if anybody else was saying the same thing. And this lady, Trisha, Elon did this and never paid. So Elon Musk apparently did the same exact thing. Told people, look, you resign, we're going to guarantee you some payments. Never paid them. Now Trump is doing the same exact thing. And how ironic is it that, of course, now Trump is in office and he appointed Elon Musk to be a part of his administration. One of the two heads of government, government efficiency, something like that. So now you just have some lying bastards in the office right now, running America. Let's watch this last one really quickly as well. It's kind of lengthy, but let's get through it.
Despite what the White House press secretary said at the podium earlier, I believe it is my duty to report to you the truth of what actually happened today in Illinois. Donald Trump's administration is lying to you. The White House's attempt to walk back what they did today does not match what we saw on the ground. They assured us that Medicaid would not be affected. That was a lie. Our state agencies were unable to access the Medicaid system until an hour ago, preventing payments for services. And this has been reported from states across the nation. When we reached out to federal agencies, they informed us that they have been directed not to discuss any guidance with states. they have canceled previously scheduled meetings for this week. The White House assured us that Head Start would not be affected. That was a lie. Providers across the state experienced outages, and some were unable to make their payroll. They assured us that they were doing nothing to take away individual assistance from the most vulnerable people in our state. But they refused to say that they would restore LIHEAP, the Low-Income Housing Energy Assistance Program, payments to support the unemployment system, and Meals on Wheels. These are programs that hundreds of thousands of Illinoisans depend on. Children, seniors, veterans, working parents. Let's just be clear about what happened over the last 24 hours. At 7:42 p.m. last night, we saw a memo from the White House saying that they were pausing federal funding across the board. This morning, along with all 50 states across the country, we discovered that our ability to access critical federal funding had been cut off. And now the administration would like us to believe that these were just coincidental website outages. Donald Trump and his administration have not earned the benefit of the doubt. They are either lying to us or they are critically incompetent.
We'll take both because we understand who they are. We're not surprised. A lot of people in the comments, of course, are like my jaw staying in place, not surprised. We told you so, so on and so forth. But people are worried. Not even a month in this man's presidency, and we can see what's going on. So apparently some kind of federal funding was paused. It was halted. Trump said that it wouldn't affect certain programs, but it was. Medicaid. What else did he say? Medicaid, low-income housing. You also had Head Start programs. So certain services weren't being paid out or paid for. People weren't getting paid their job, things like that. So a lot of people are just confused and they're worried and they're scared about the state of America and what's going to happen moving forward. But we said it before, we'll keep saying it until we're no longer able to. The Bible says to never trust your enemies. And we're going to read that right here. Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. And we'll just pause right there because it's very, very straightforward. We as the Israelites, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, we do have enemies. And the top of that list being Esau, Edom. I told you, they're calling themselves white, European, Caucasian. Today, their true biblical nationality are the Edomites. And they don't want not only the well-being and good for us, but really the entire world as well. You have some elites at the top of their nation that just want to keep the wealth right there. That's it. Your Rockefellers, your Rothschilds, so on and so forth. They're the elites out of the nation of Esau, Edom, and all they care about is maintaining their power and their wealth. And we're being warned not to trust them. And we can see it on now an even bigger scale with the Trump administration pushing out straightforward lies, just straight lies, very easy and clear to see. And that's why we are also warned not to trust in Egypt, which is spiritually America today, as we're going to read right here in Isaiah 30. So Isaiah 30 verse 1, really just saying the same thing, right? It says, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt or America, and have not asked at my mouth. You see a lot of people, even if you're on these different programs that are being funded through federal aid, a lot of people put their wholehearted trust in those systems. And of course, if and or when they're now taken out of place, in their mind now all hope is lost. All hope is just lost and they don't know what to do. But whole time you were a Christian. You're a Christian and, oh God, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And they're just calling in vain, Jesus, Jesus. They don't know what to do. Just asked out. You see, if you're a part of the elect or hopeful elect, and even if you fall under the umbrella of some of these different systems and you're affected in one way or another, your mind should still be having trust in the Lord, knowing that he's going to take care of you. Because you believe in him, you put all your faith and your trust in him. Because you're repenting, and in this time of mercy, you're doing your best to just be obedient. Therefore, he's going to take care of you. That should be your mindset, and that should be how you're spiritually preparing yourself to walk into Jacob's trouble, because things will get worse. Things will get worse. We're only in the beginning of sorrows right now, and the world is definitely mourning. So it's saying, woe to those other Israelites that go down to Egypt for help, that go down and trust in America for help, but they don't ask of the Lord, oh Lord, what do you want me to do? What should I be doing? Right? I put my trust into you. So woe to them, it says to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore, verse 3, shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame. Pharaoh being the ruler here in America, which is Trump. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt or America your confusion. And that's already happening right now. A lot of people confused, not really knowing what to do, looking for answers, but don't really know where to go. Well, the Lord has to guide you to his men. He has to guide you to the true understanding of the book, of the Bible, because the Bible has all the answers, letting us know why things are taking place and what to do. Now, it's very, very simple. I'm just going to grab 2 precepts saying the same exact thing. But this isn't complicated. The answers aren't complicated. Psalm 31, verse 1. In thee, O Lord, do I put my trust. Let me never be ashamed. Deliver me in thy righteousness. I'll even read verse 2. Bow down thine ear to me. Deliver me speedily. Be thou my strong rock for an house of defense to save me. And we can keep going on and on, but that's the point right there. No matter what, you have to believe that if you get affected by these programs, if you lose your job, if things go down the drain, the Lord is going to do something to watch out for you, to make sure that you and your family is okay. And all you have to do simply in return, or the exchange, is just to put your trust in him, knowing that he has the power and ability and might to take care of you. That's it. It's a mindset. It's a belief. That's why we say it's not about physically preparing for Jacob's trouble, but spiritually preparing. Let's get one more saying the same exact thing. There are many precepts we can go to about putting your trust and faith in the Lord and how he's going to deliver us, but just keeping this straightforward here. Psalm 71:1. In thee, O Lord, do I put my trust. Let me never be put to confusion. Deliver me in thy righteousness and cause me to escape. Incline thine ear unto me and save me. Let's read verse 3. Be thou my strong habitation, whereunto I may continually resort. Thou hast given commandment to save me, for thou art my rock and my fortress. And remember, the name of the Lord is a strong tower, or that fortress right here. The righteous run into it and are safe. So you have to know what names to call out to, which is, of course, the true name of the Most High is Yahweh. People call him God. That's just a title. He is a God. His name is Yahweh, and his only begotten son's name, is Yahweh Shai. Now in the middle, you hear us saying Bahashem, which just means in the name or in the name of. So Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai. That's that strong rock, that defense, that fortress, that tower. And as long as you have trust in those names and in the Lord in general, you'll be all right. He's going to do something to look out for you and your family. Your job isn't to know what that is. It's just to believe that it will happen, that it will take place. Because eventually, All of us are going to end up losing our jobs at a certain point. The economy will tank. None of us will be able to pay our bills because the dollar is going to collapse. The economy will collapse, right? That's what the Bible calls Jacob's trouble. And that's going to lead up until the MOTB being made mandatory, and we have to put our trust in the Lord that he's going to keep us safely away from taking that thing as well, which is a microchip. All the way up to being delivered in those chariots, receiving salvation, and not being destroyed here with the wicked. It all just comes down to putting our trust in the Lord, and of course, not putting your trust in Esau, Edom. We can clearly see this man is a liar, he's a wicked, he's a devil that the Bible speaks of, literally. So, Lord's will, this was edifying to the elect, Kol Haloyim, which means all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachakudash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.